He's an honest man. He knows what he wants to do. He knows bad is bad, good is good.
You've seen the film clips and heard the hype. Now we'll show you the real story behind the scenes of one of the summer's most talked about movies on Entertainment This Week for the third weekend in June 1990.
Everybody, welcome to Entertainment This Week. I'm Mary Hart, sitting in for a vacationing Lisa Gibbons.
And I'm John Tesh. Dick Tracy is this summer's most talked about movie. The Tracy, Tracy, Tracy commercials have been running nonstop, and now filmgoers are lining up to judge if the movie lives up to the hype. It's understandable if producer-director star Warren Beatty has opening weekend jitters. He's put his heart and soul into the movie. Dick Tracy, our inside story today.
You want me to take a risk? I want you to take a risk.
I told you I'd protect you if you testified.
Protect me?
It's my job.
I don't know about your job. I only know what I feel.
With a fanfare of Tommy guns, Dick Tracy is making the jump from the comic pages to the silver screen. Warren Beatty produced and directed the film and cast himself in the title role of the rock-steady detective.
He's an honest man. He knows what he wants to do. He knows bad is bad, good is good. He'd like to have a family. He doesn't know if he can live up to the responsibilities that it entails. And he's tempted. He's really tempted.
Come here.
Beatty is an Oscar-winning director, and Madonna, who co-stars as torch singer Breathless Mahoney, was Beatty's off-screen leading lady. She says he gave her a lot of guidance.
He understands how nervous you are and how you need your space or you need everybody to be quiet. I mean, he knows what you need because he is an actor.
In one scene, Breathless Mahoney is not supposed to sing well. Madonna says that Beatty helped her to do it badly.
It's hard to do a song badly, which is what I was supposed to be doing in that scene. So Warren was constantly telling me to not do it so good.
I want Dick Tracy dead!
Two of the unsung stars of the film are makeup artists Doug Drexler and John Caglione, Jr. They created all of the special makeup for the gallery of criminals who are out to get Dick Tracy. The two spent months designing the rubber faces of the crooks so that they looked as much like the original comic characters as possible. But when it came to Al Pacino as the head gangster, Big Boy Caprice, well, they let him create his own look after some wild experimentation.
We had a mix and match supply of appliances like noses and cheeks and brows and chins.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, so he said, take him to the trailer and burn him down. Try every nose and every ear and every forehead on him until he's sick of it and he's not interested anymore.
Right.
But the more he did it, the more he loved it.
He loved it.
And he did it for 3 days.
Yeah.
And he came out all excited, you know, and
with 8 different faces,
yeah,
you know, to look at.
Yeah, we had 8
it.
different. It was like playing Mr. Potato Head with Al Pacino.
The pair also says they never knew who they would run into on the set of the film.
I walked by the trailer and we were just past it and I said, I just saw Jackie Onassis. And we stepped back and we looked at Warren's trailer and it was Jackie
Sure
Onassis.
enough.
Yeah.
You never knew who you were going to see. Jack Nicholson.
Gary Hart was there one night.
Yeah.
You know, it was unbelievable. I mean, we were like...
The people on the sidelines were as much a celebrity as the people who were, you know, in the film.
11-year-old Charlie Korsmo plays Tracy's sidekick, the Kid. He says he originally didn't want to do the film because he had just finished another one and wanted a rest. But the 1-2 punch of Warren and Madonna convinced him to do it.
Eventually, they convinced me to come out to Los Angeles for one day to be auditioned by Warren personally in his house. And I ended up being there the whole day, you know, just talking with him. And he called Madonna in, and she made popcorn. And I liked him a lot, and we instantly got along. And I guess he convinced me to do it, because I did.
Remember when we were doing the scene? Perfect, yeah. And I asked you to invent a line, and you said you didn't like the line. What was your substitute line?
As God is my witness, I shall never go hungry again.
The hype and publicity behind Dick Tracy is intense, and now it's up to audiences to make it a hit.
You're all right, kid.
And now we know what Madonna makes for dinner. Beatty got involved with the Tracy film in 1975. It took 15 years plus a big salary cut on his part to bring the movie into theaters. Later in the show, we're going to take you back to the 1930s to meet the creator of the Dick Tracy comic strip.
There'll be a high-rise full of competition for Dick Tracy this weekend. Gremlins 2, the new batch, also opened. And these mischievous critters are starting a big city crime spree that even a super detective will have a hard time fighting. Gremlins 2, the new batch, is about gremlins, lots of gremlins, insidious little creatures that take over a New York skyscraper owned by a Donald Trump type played by John Glover.
Are you trying to panic New York City?
Absolutely not. So the monsters are real? I didn't say that.
The invasion starts with a cute little guy named Gizmo.
What's with that drawer?
It's automatic. It opens every now and then just in case you need something.
As the critters get out of control, the acting job that Glover had to pull off got tougher and tougher.
I had to be one of the gremlins attacking me. They taped my arm down and put the gremlin on it and put a fake arm on me, and I grabbed it like that and had to attack myself, which was some of the hardest acting I've ever had to do.
Despite having to share the screen with slimy and very antisocial co-stars, Glover gives the film a solid rating.
I saw it a few weeks ago, and what I saw was a brilliant social satire that is entertaining on a childlike level, but for adults is total adult entertainment.
Now, was that civilized? No, clearly not. Fun, but in no sense civilized.
Shooting the film with Gizmo and his mechanized buddies was no easy task, but Glover says that during the months of long, hard days, the spirits of director Joe Dante and crew never waned.
Principal photography was about 4 months, and then Joe had to stay and just work with those little creatures for another 3 or 4. And I'd go back and visit, and people would still be laughing and joking and having a great time. Annie went back, too. She kind of fell for little Gizmo, but he wouldn't give her the time of day.
Special effects makeup wizard Rick Baker spent months creating literally hundreds of gremlins for the movie. In fact, it took weeks of delicate airbrush work to create the right shade of gremlin green.
There are more sequels coming this summer, and when we return, we'll take you behind the scenes to meet 2 different kinds of cops.
Coming up next, Nick Nolte likes being teamed up with Eddie Murphy again, and audiences tell why they like this 48 Hours.
And later on, Peter Weller explains why playing RoboCop may be the toughest acting job he's ever done.